This segment is sponsored by Mount Pleasant Magazine. Featuring photos from land and air, the publishers of Mount Pleasant Magazine have a brand new issue on Hurricane Florence. Here with more, we've got Bill Macchio and photographer Thomas Runyon. Excuse me, I'm so excited to see you guys. How are you?
Thanks very much for having me.
Bill, you have done before the issue on Hugo. Is this kind of what inspired it, that you did all that work before?
It did. Of course, in the current, as you can see up on the screen, in the current issue of Mount Pleasant Magazine, I did a first person on chasing Hugo, and people tend to really liked it. So, and then of course, with Florence right on our doorsteps, I had to do it. I just had to do it. People love it, Aaron. They keep it around for decades.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask, I wasn't here for Hugo, but I heard all the stories. Every time, in the beginning phases when we didn't know and we saw Cat 4 coming at our coastline, are you automatically taken back to that moment from Hugo?
Well, I'm taken back about our community, because when a community is hit by and devastated by one of these storms, it actually, Aaron, strengthens the community. Sure. And it brings people together. And I was lucky enough to have Thomas on staff. And we went up in the helicopter and took some awesome
so you got to go up there. You went to North Carolina and South Carolina as well, or where were you?
Yeah, so we flew out of Myrtle Beach, went over to New Bern, North Carolina, and I mean, it was crazy. Seeing it from the air, actually all the flooding, it was just mind-blowing.
How soon was this after the storm?
It was about 2 days after they lifted evacuations and allowed people to come back in.
We went up there Monday.
Okay.
Monday.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It's like crazy. It's like being cowboys in the sky. Yeah. I mean, you get and our pilot was awesome. He went down quite low in some of the areas, and it's been that right there is Bald Head Island. That used to be a golf course right there.
Wow.
And I mean, Bald Head Island, the surge on Bald Head Island had to be
Is that by
massive.
New Bern? I'm not that familiar.
It's south of New Bern.
South of New Bern, but they were definitely surge zone.
Yeah. See, there's another one, Aaron. Isn't it terrible? I mean, that's quite a well-known island. And Thomas, you got some good shots, buddy. That looks great. Yeah.
I mean,
that right there is New Bern. That's a boatyard at New Bern that got really smashed.
Yeah, and even just that image right there, you can see.
It's reminiscent of the Hugo one, but they were on Lockwood Drive with all the boats.
This one right here, Aaron, this is cool. Is
that the chopper you were in?
No. We were in that little one. No, but the Coast Guard, the Army Reserves, and the Army had that is in a Harris Teeter parking lot. Wow. Is that wild?
Wow.
So my photographer saw that's on the ground there, saw this, and she ran around in her truck to find out where they were going to land.
And it's amazing that you're actually showing these images, because we locally are trying to get supplies and send them up there, so it puts
look at this shot right here. I mean, these are photographs you won't see at any other time. You know what I'm concerned about, Aaron? I'm concerned about that people need to take evacuation seriously. And yes, this looks like a false alarm, but in truth, it wasn't. It could have hit us badly, and that's a concern. And and I really got that from Bob Sheets, because Bob Sheets, at the time Hurricane Hugo hit, came to visit, and he was reading through my magazine, the Hugo magazine, Storm of the Century. And when he was looking at it, he looked up at me and he says, "You've saved lives, Bill." And I said, "Wait a minute, I'm just a little publisher. What are you talking about?" I said, he says, "No, when people read these magazines, they see the devastation these things can cause, and you save lives because people will learn how to evacuate." So I'm kind of hoping that because our governor did it maybe prematurely or whatever people say, the fact is that we need to evacuate when one of these storms are coming.
Yeah, and I think instead of complaining, as some people are, you should be grateful that
what's crazy is it's still not over.
Listen with Thomas's parents.
The flooding is getting ready to come into Georgetown and Pawleys Island area, and that's where I'm originally from. My parents live there now, and they're going to have to evacuate.
What is it, the Waccamaw River? They were talking about it this morning, Georgetown evacuating.
It's going to be bad. So it's even the aftermath that's just kind of destructive, too.
Well, the story continues. You can purchase your keepsake magazine, hurricaneflorencemag.com. Do you get the chance to go back up there?
I believe I'm going to head down to Georgetown today, go check it out, see what's going on.
We're going to get a helicopter again on Friday.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Again, hurricaneflorencemag.com. And we are back with our furry friend of the day right after this.